Welcome to HWM Aston Martin. My name's Stuart. I'm one of the sales team here at Alton-on-Thames. I just wanted to give you guys, this will be a fairly short video. It'll give you some of my top likes about the new DBX707, but also a bit of a real world, I wouldn't say review, but give you an opinion on the vehicle. I've done quite a few miles now in 707, so we have a running demonstrator. This is our showroom car. They're two very different specifications, but I just thought if you wanted to know a little bit about how the car drives, practicalities of the vehicle, and also sort of my top 10 likes about DBX707, this might be a video worth watching. So as I say, having done a number of miles in our demonstrator, not just round town, test drives, but also I have driven it pretty hard through the countryside. I can sort of say to you that for me, there isn't a great deal I think that would probably keep up with this vehicle if you're on a fast pace, but if you want something comfortable around town that's got plenty of luggage space and occupancy space, this car does really tick all boxes. As it comes from the ride and handling point of view, we could tell you all the stats in the world that are relevant for 707. The main numbers that you really need to know is 707 PS, 900 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, and a VMAX of 193 mile an hour. They're really, I guess, what most people really want to know. As regards sort of driving of the vehicle, around town, this car's got a sublime ride, and a lot of that's come through all the changes that they have made to the suspension, as well as the carbon ceramic brakes that you got on the vehicle. So it gives you slightly less unsprung mass and just transforms the vehicle from the ride comfort, and also when you turn that dial and you get it into the Sport Plus mode, really sort of sharpens up everything on the vehicle. Some real world, I guess, stats for you really. If you're looking for something with space and power, again, this car will really sort of fit that bill. In the time that I have driven the car personally, economy wise, actually I think it's really good compared to what is out there in the marketplace now, whether that's a sports car or even some of your fast saloon vehicles. This will be doing somewhere in around mid 20s to low 20s in and around town. So actually real world wise, pretty good for what you've actually got under the bonnet, and also the capability of what can be inside the vehicle. Space wise, I'm 6'5", 4'5". I can sit pretty comfortably behind myself in DBX, so actually from an occupancy space wise, you can get some quite large chaps inside the vehicle. Boot space wise, there is 471 litres of space. Probably doesn't mean a great deal to many people, but what it does mean is you've got a lot of space for luggage. You know, if you're going to the golf club or, you know, whatever it is that you may well doing, there's plenty of space. As you can see on this vehicle, we do have some of the accessories that do come with DBX707. It is designed for real world utilitarian usage. So if you are thinking of traveling Europe or going away with the kids on holiday or whatever it is that you may well want to be doing, there is a product that can be attached to the vehicle. Again, I've driven also the regular DBX, and as a towing vehicle, that car is very good as well. So if you want to be towing something pretty heavy, it's got that capability to do that as well. What I want to do is just run you through a few of the features on the car that I think are really cool, and then we'll show you around those, some on the outside, some on the inside. Here's my personal top 10 likes on DBX707. Number 1, the hidden door sill. I just think, as cleanliness of design goes, this is, for me, one of the features of the outside of DBX707. Number 2 on my list of 10 things that I like about DBX707, soft closed doors. Number 3 on my top 10, over the years we've been used to Aston doing the swan lift doors on all their sports car range. This is no different on DBX, so we still have that, retain that on the front of the vehicle, but we also have the the same idea on the rear doors as well. Got quite a complex hinge design on the rear of DBX, but again, for ease of access and also just from the sheer look of that design, I think this is an incredible feature of DBX. Number 4 on my top 10 things that I love about the DBX707, gesture control. So if you do have your hands full and you need to access the boot, even if the car is locked, you can swap your foot underneath and that will access your boot space in the back. You can also, as part of that, close the boot space as well. Number 5 for me is actually, it's a twofold number 5. I love the Sports Plus seats. This seat is pretty much the same seat that you get in Vantage and DBS Superleggera. If however you don't want a sporty seat, this must be one of the only SUVs in the marketplace where you have a choice of 2 seats. You can have this one, or we do a comfort seat for DBX707 as well. So number 6 on my list of likes for DBX is the pan roof. So not only have we got a huge panoramic roof on DBX707, depending on the interior that you spec, you also get a match to leather blackout blind as well, which I just think gives you tons of light in the car and makes the interior cabin feel a lot more spacious and area. Number 7 on my list of things that I like about DBX707 is the radar guided cruise control. So not only does it sort of slow down and speed up with the car in front, you also have a really cool picture of a DB5 on the dash when you're opening and closing the gap between the car in front. Number 8 for me has got to be the ease of use of the infotainment. So not only have you got the Aston infotainment, we also have Apple CarPlay on DBX707, and even just from turning the ignition on through to getting your CarPlay started, it's nice and easy. So you can activate your system using your on and off button, and then once it is loaded, you can select onto the CarPlay, or it will automatically bring it up in any case. Number 9 for me, still on infotainment, but this is actually some of the technology that you've got on DBX707, is the one-touch self-parking. So whether it's a 90-degree or a parallel park, DBX will find a space for you. It will take over the controls of the steering wheel and also the gear changes, and will maneuver you into that space. Whether you're on the natural infotainment for the Aston, or you're on the Apple CarPlay, you just click your P button and this screen here will show that it's now scanning for a space. Pretty straightforward and easy to use. Number 10 for me has got to be the noise of this exhaust system. There is 2 ways of starting a DBX. There is a cold start and a loud start. It's all about the noise. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. As I say, it wasn't necessarily a review on DBX707. It's just more for myself, having spent some time with the vehicle. This will give you a bit of a real world scenario of, you know, the top 10 things that I like about the car that make the life for me a lot easier to use. So hopefully some of these items may well help with your decision making when it comes to looking at DBX707. We look forward to welcoming you here at the showroom here in Walton-on-Thames, or you can always just give us a call, drop us an email, and we'll be happy to help where we can.